For me, the 1970s was the peak of Formula One. The engineering advances were arguably at their greatest during this decade. Each car was unique and distinguishable from the rest of the grid, both by sound and by sight, and the drivers were allowed to have a personality. Talking of personalities, there was one pairing that defined the flamboyance and extravagantness of Formula One down to a T: James Hunt and Lord Hesketh. James Hunt, often referred to as the playboy of Formula One, was a British racing driver who had a reputation both on and off track. In his early career, he was given the nickname Hunt the Shunt due to his dubious on-track behaviour, but nobody denied that he was quick in a racing car. When he got into Formula One in 1973 with his long-term partner in crime, Lord Hesketh, they weren't taken seriously as they seemed to bring the party to the track. In 1975, Hunt took the Hesketh 308 to its first win at the Dutch Grand Prix, which took everyone by surprise. A small independent team run by an eccentric English lord using a car with no sponsors had just won a Grand Prix. In today's video, we are going to be driving that 1975 car, the Hesketh 308. It was designed by legendary designer Harvey Postlethwaite and used the iconic Cosworth DFV engine. In 1976, James Hunt had a famous rivalry with the Austrian driver Niki Lauda, before beating him to the World Drivers' title at the Japanese Grand Prix. Let's see who comes out on top when we compare their 1975 cars up the Goodwood Festival of Speed hill climb. The 1975 Hesketh 308 did the Goodwood Festival of Speed hill climb in 47.1 seconds. That puts it 24th on our leaderboard, 0.2 seconds ahead of the 1975 Ferrari 312T driven by Niki Lauda and Clay Regazzoni. Interestingly, it also places it 0.2 seconds behind the BAC Mono, which is of course 36 years junior to the Hesketh. Personally, I was hoping that the Ferrari would come out on top, as I was always more of a Niki fan, but the times are so similar that I am sure that if I were to drive the Ferrari again now, after having driven lots more cars up the hill since recording that video, I would be able to find that time with no problem at all. Sadly, both James Hunt and Niki Lauda have passed away now, James Hunt dying of a heart attack at the age of 45. If you haven't seen the film Rush, then I highly recommend it, as it not only shows the rivalry of the two drivers, but also the unlikely friendship between them. A great film, even if you aren't a fan of F1. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.